Hey, what's happening? Nate with Amazing Freedom here, and this is the $10 million Challenge March 2022 edition. So if you've been following us, we are doing a $10 million challenge, seeing if we can sell over $10 million on Amazon in 2022 for our largest brand. We own a portfolio of brands that does close to $15 million a year. And in these videos, I'm updating you month to month on our progress so you can see real time what an 8-figure brand or 8-figure goal might look like along the way. So in March, we had a goal of hitting $1 million in revenue. We wanted an ACOS percentage of 24%, tacos or total advertising cost of sale of 12%, and we wanted to hit margins of 16%. So let's see how we did. So in March, we once again, for the third month straight, fell short of our goal. We definitely have started the year slow. And if you've been following us so far, we've talked about some of the reasons one of our best-selling ASINs has repeatedly got taken down due to a variety of reasons, but we think also some shady competitor behavior being the main driver of it. But we ended up hitting $877,183 in sales for the month of March. That is definitely up big from February, so that is good, but still short of our $1 million goal for the month. We had an ACOS total of 26%, so slightly above that 24% goal. And our tacos was at 17.93% versus a 11% last month tacos. So the biggest thing that you'll probably notice there is a very large jump in tacos. We did spend aggressively in March. Some of that was by design, but it actually got a little bit out of hand by the end of the month, so we had to scale that back. However, because heading into spring, summer, we are in our peak season, we're actually okay front loading the PPC spend in the beginning of our peak season so that we can kind of carry that through the rest of the season, right? So heading into Q4 for most brands where they're going to be selling the most, a lot of brands will be willing to spend kind of heavy in the beginning of kind of leading towards Black Friday because you're spending that money, you're getting impressions, you're acquiring pixels or customer data through the advertising efforts. And then for the next couple weeks or even month or two, you can retarget those customers aggressively. And that's what we're going to be doing into April and May. And at the time of me recording this, in April, we're already seeing a good reduction of tacos and our sales carrying through strongly. So in next month, I'll update what those final numbers look like. But so far, that seems to be working out. So even though the numbers look a little ugly here as far as tacos creeping up quite a bit, we're hoping it carries through all right. Now, obviously, once our tacos goes up that high, what happens is it decreases our margin. So we had that goal of getting to a 16% margin, which we did not hit. And we'll update that in just a moment. So if we look at this Amazon sales chart where internally we like to set a bar line that shows the average daily sales needed in order to hit our target for the month or for the quarter, you can see the blue line here and you can see the orange line representing the daily sales throughout the month. And you can see that for the first half of the month, we were repeatedly under the bar. But then for the second half of the month, we were pretty regularly over. And that's obviously what's going to happen when you're entering a higher or hotter sales season like we were for our business in March. You can see our PPC numbers here as well, and you can see the ACOS rising, however, as well, about halfway through the month where we did get a little bit more aggressive going after that strategy I was just talking about. So one tip I have when it comes to PPC is to keep a paused ASIN targets tracker. So when you're doing your PPC management or whoever's managing your PPC, a lot of times they're going to just pause campaigns that are underperforming at some point in the year. However, it's harder to then go back and say, well, should that campaign or should that keyword be paused or have a lower bid forever, or should it depend on the time of the year? And typically the answer is it should depend on the time of the year. And so there was several campaigns or ASINs that in the beginning of this year we had reduced the bid or paused altogether, that we now needed to re-engage those campaigns or those keywords or those ASINs. And so we did that with a ASIN target tracker, which helps us to just monitor our PPC over time. What have we paused? Why did we pause it? And when do we have a set timeline to reevaluate whether the bid or the on-off the campaign should happen at all? One difficult thing when you enter a higher sales period is just keeping up with the sales. Even though you know it's coming, it always is a struggle to forecast your inventory correctly. Inventory forecasting is one of the most challenging parts of any inventory-based business selling on Amazon, and our business is no exception. We have over 100 SKUs, so getting them all perfectly correct is just a challenge. When we're heading into our peak season, I like to have a higher buffer stock available. I'd rather over forecast a little bit for the given month in case we sell more than we anticipated. It's okay because we have that stock there to carry into the rest of the good selling period. And so I prefer to over forecast at the beginning. However, you don't want so much that it's going to last you past your peak selling period, but that would be my recommendation. Obviously, everybody, when they head into Q4, if you have Q4 selling products, kind of stocks the beginning of September, October, with the higher inventory volume, either at Amazon or in your own warehouse. So keeping up with the sales is always a struggle, or to forecast your inventory correctly. Another thing that we started doing this month more aggressively that we're seeing help is running some experiments. So Amazon, if you are brand registered, you can manage your experiments. You can do main image testing, you can do title testing, you can do A+ content testing, right? And so we did a lot of main image testing in March. We also did some title testing. You can see a picture of our conversion differences with some A+ content as well. And we're just going to constantly be doing this. What I like to do is, if you have a niche of products, like we have a couple main niches where there is maybe 20 related products in the niche, all different listings, a lot of times you can find trends, right? So we did some main image testing for one product line of 15 different products we have, and we determined that a certain type of main image was performing better. That makes it easier for us to plan out the rest of those products in that similar niche for those main images, what is likely going to perform better. A lot of times, though, if we're not 100% confident, we will still run another managed experiment, but just doing it once in the niche really gives you a good idea across all products there, so that can be helpful. And then just to wrap this up, I want to take a look at our $1 million product line challenge. So not only did we challenge ourselves to get to a $10 million sales goal on Amazon this year, we are also trying to create a brand new product line that will hit the $1 million sales mark. Right now, we still only have one product in the line, but we have about 5 different SKUs in the pipeline that we're hoping to launch in Q2. And so far you can see the numbers here. Our sales revenue for March was at $17,000 on Amazon. Our ad spend was $4,300, ACoS 30%, tacos 25%, but our margin on this product is a 55% profit margin. Very good gross margins going into it. And so I am definitely very good with a pretty aggressive tacos as we still try to establish this product line and get 5-star reviews to build up this listing for the long term. So while the sales aren't where they need to be to hit the $1 million yet, this is just Amazon numbers. Our sales are actually even better than this off Amazon. And as we introduce these other product lines, we're building up an audience. We have a lot of social going around this specific niche, and we are still confident that this number is going to start looking much, much better. And the great thing is this product, between our Amazon and Shopify website, made over $5,000 in profit for March, which is great for a brand new product that we just created this year. If it could consistently do $5,000 of profit per month, even if we don't hit our goal, we could have a one single product that is earning $60,000 of profit per year. That's a decent salary at some workplaces in and of itself, this brand new product we just created. So that gets me excited, and we'll keep looking at where we're at towards that $1 million product goal. So I covered just a small amount of everything that was in the March 2022 blog. It was our longest blog yet. There was a ton of info in there. So I definitely recommend you head over to the link below. Go to amazingfreedom.com/insider. Sign up to be an insider, and you'll get our monthly blog updates as well as our weekly newsletter that we are sending out, as well as our monthly magazine updates where we actually compile all the different stuff we're doing at Amazing Freedom. Tons of great stories. We've featured featured 8-figure sellers, some 7-figure arbitrage sellers. You kind of get everything in this magazine about selling on Amazon, and it really is a compilation of everything that we're doing in our own business and that we're seeing other people in the Amazing Freedom and Amazon ecosystem doing to succeed selling on Amazon. Again, my name is Nate with Amazing Freedom. We own a portfolio doing roughly $15 million in sales. And if you become an insider, you can follow and see what we're doing to have success on Amazon.